Hi everybody! So today we're going to be playing 60 Seconds Reatomized, which should be fun and terrifying at the same time because this game gives me mild panic attacks. So, we're going to go ahead and start. I love the sound effects in this game. Little mailbox. Hi. Alright, so we're going to start on new game. And I've never played... Oh, that's the tutorial. So I have played that. Alright, so Apocalypse. I play as Dolores. Normal mode. Because I am determined to beat this silly game on normal mode. Alright. Here we go. We've got 60 seconds to get everything that we can. And remember, water is like the most valuable resource. Like, I mean, I guess on top of our kids. Pick up your kid. Ah. I'm like kind of getting a gauge for where everything is. Oh, got him. Scout book. Playing cards, which don't seem important, but they will be. I guess my kid would be important. Soup. Soup. Ah! Gotta come back to the kitchen. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, there's like a bunch of soup here. I'm an idiot. Put that in there. That in there. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Where's the rest of the friggin' family? Oh, there's Ted. Oh, I grabbed the suitcase instead of Ted. Oh boy. This might be a strange adventure with just me and my young son. Okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ted, I hope you're worth this. I don't think we even have enough room. Oh no, 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 no! Ah! Ah! Just in time. Oh my god. And I left our kid behind. Gotta get them all. I didn't though. And I didn't get like barely any water. Oh, this is bleak. This is a bleak beginning. Oh, somehow Dolores made it. I did grab her. I did grab everybody. Oh my god, in my panic, I forgot that I grabbed everyone. I was like, I left them all behind. I could have grabbed other shit too. Oh well, it's fine. We have some water. Oh sweet Jesus. Okay. All right. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. Yeah, like tell me about it. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better anyway. We got a fire axe. Okay, so that's good. A fire axe is good. Hey, Roggy! Thanks for joining. You missed a very eventful beginning. I panicked. I was freaking out. Excuse me. All right, so good thing we grabbed that suitcase. What we found inside was definitely useful. So we found a lock. That's good. That'll help. Our shelves are full of cans. We will eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. We're in trouble water-wise. I prioritize soup. It's because I've been playing 60 Parsecs, and that game is just like all you need is soup. And like I'm like really used to that, so that's on me. But I'm not gonna start over because I said I do this once a week and try to beat games. So let's do this. We wish we could leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. Yeah, well, we've all got problems. Oh, a knock on the door. Everybody's looking fine, but Ted's already looking like rough, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you, dude? Hopefully, the time to leave will come soon. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. We're not rationing anything today. We are going to send someone out to the neighborhood because we need water. Oh my god, there was a map right on. I saw it too. And I grabbed Ted of all things. Creepy Uncle Ted, which is what I will forever call him. Instead of the damn map. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am a walnut. Okay. Day 2. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and were greeted by 2 men. Just like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding 2 rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they'd been looking for some antique cup, and they got lost, and they would be most grateful if we would let them check our map, provided we have one. Yeah, we ain't got no map, so I'm sure it would have been useful. Oh, the Richter scale. That's a great sound to hear. Altogether, although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. If Ted doesn't drink, he won't last long. Mary Jane needs water, and Timmy needs water. Everybody needs water, and we've got barely enough to sustain us. Ted, you're going. Oh no, I'm not gonna send you with the suitcase. I'm not gonna send you with anything, actually. Bye, Ted. Ted left for the surface. We'll hope he'll be back soon. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy and Mary Jane are no longer thirsty. So we don't need to ration anything. We were wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He shouldn't have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life, so maybe we should too. But it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? Yep, we did, I guess. We have the Scout Handbook, so let's use that, see what happens. Day 5. Hello to anyone joining. Ted is out and about, and I did horribly with collecting supplies in the beginning, but we're doing what we can, okay? Day 5. We did! The photo we were looking for was stuck between the pages of the Scout Handbook. What a lucky coincidence. It's a bit blurry, but it's still a wonderful surprise. Dolores is doing quite well. She can't find anything to complain about today. Mary Jane is fine, and Timmy is fine. So no rations for anyone. Oh, and somehow we have another thing of water. Spiders seem to be operating under the assumption that they have all the same rights to the shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. It's time we change that. We don't want any more spiders in our soup. No, sir! Well, no, we don't. So you know what? Scout Handbook. That thing's coming in really useful. Like, I wish I grabbed the map still instead of Ted. I would take map over Ted, but whatever. I think there's the family photo. I wonder if it... Oh, we'll see. We always knew books were precious. They are. Books are precious and wonderful, and everyone should read and write them forever and always. I want to make that clearly known. They are the perfect weapon for waging total war on insectoids of any kind. Fear will keep the local spiders in line. Fear of the Scout Handbook. While I read that like a little bit more exuberantly, but that's how I felt. While chasing them around the shelter, we found a misplaced water bottle. That was a good hunt. Yay! We needed water. I mean, Dolores, everybody's hungry and thirsty, it looks like. No, Dolores is the only one hungry, but that water, it was a boon. As we were about to start our book club's discussion on the only book we've all read, the phone book, we were interrupted by rapid knocking on the door. We found out it was a group of refugees who survived the blast like we did. They were doing much worse than us and begged us to provide them with any water, food, or medical supplies we could spare. Well, we do have soup to spare, so we're gonna. I'll be giving. I'm gonna go ahead and give them some soup. I hate the Richter scale sound so much. Oh! Our visitors were in tears when we gave them what they asked for. We survived the nuclear apocalypse only to be nearly strangled by thankful refugees. Hugs can kill, you know. Luckily for us, they decided to continue their journey to get somewhere safe before the sunset. As they were about to leave, one of them presented us with a portable radio that they would not take no for an answer, and soon left waving goodbye until they disappeared among the rubble. So Dolores, we got a radio. We lost soup, but I mean, I would trade a can of soup for friggin' radio in this situation. Dolores is no longer thirsty or hungry. But Timmy and Mary Jane are hungry. Kind of running low on supplies, I have hope. One of the cupboards in the shelter was a bit shaky, so we pulled it out to give it a new home. In the process, we discovered a secret door. Where does it lead? No idea, but let's find out. Well, we don't have the flashlight, so we're going to stick with just like brute force, like friggin' shoot the thing, right? So, alright, we're going to shoot the thing. See what happens. What a lucky find. What's the first thing you do when you open a door leading to a place you don't know? Open fire! Bam! Bam! Our bullet struck the walls, and guess what? We hit a water pipe. We were able to fill a few water bottles with all the water that trickled from the bullet holes. Yay! So, Mary Jane and Timmy are no longer hungry. Dolores is fine. No one needs supplies. We're doing pretty good. If Ted can just bring back a lot of water and soup, we might have hope for this playthrough. It would be so great if, like, my second playthrough of 60 seconds, as long as it takes, ends with me actually winning. Oh my god, knock on wood, knock on wood. Everybody watching right now, knock on wood for me. I am an idiot for even saying that. I truly, truly am. Alright. Whew. Let's continue. Alright, so it's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than a cozy shelter. Oh, Ted come home. Oh, I think that's Ted coming home. Creepy Ted is home. Oh! Ted is not looking terrific. Ted totally looks tonked out. I don't know. That didn't make any sense. Whatever. Accept it. Oh, sorry. I had to check something on another screen. Okay. Being stuck in a tiny shelter, we could make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and await the rescue. Surely they're coming for us, right? Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We're not alone outside the shelter. At first it seemed, that's a grammatical error for anyone wondering, that comma. This one right here. At first seemed like the I almost messed up. At first seemed like the creature stalking us was about to get itself a tasty dinner. To our relief, it turned out to be a friendly monkey. It joined our expedition. While we explored one of the streets, our monkey companion ran away, only to come back moments later carrying a can of food. It couldn't open it himself, but was happy to share it with us, so we got choose food. We needed that. The monkey took us just outside of town to what seemed like a hidden bunker. It contained some medical supplies. This is good. Ted is sick. We spotted some sort of vehicle down the street, but couldn't get a good look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will provide more fruitful. So Dolores needs water. Ted is sick, hungry, and tired. And yeah. Mary Jane is hungry or thirsty, and Timmy is thirsty. So we're just gonna right now, because it lasts for so many days, I'm gonna feed and water everyone and heal Ted, because I really would like to be able to freaking get through this. It's high time we stopped wondering what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? Which we'll do. Ted's looking better. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside was mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. That's good because we're going to plan an expedition today. Ted's stomach is rumbling. He hasn't recovered his injury, but he did recover from his sickness. No one's thirsty or hungry. He's hungry, but I mean, he got back from the thing. We're going to send Timmy, our little scout, out. But, well, I don't know. Anybody watching think that we should send him with something? Oh, that's what the briefcase... I always wonder what the briefcase says. And evidently it opens up 3 slots, which is kind of nice. But I'm not going to send Timmy with... I'll send him with... I just know, I'm sorry guys, I just know that the minute I decide to, like, send him with a gun, I'm gonna need the gun. Just done. Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that. Okay, so we'll send him with the briefcase. I didn't think of that, Roman. I appreciate that. Roman Empire here speaking as, like, my Twitch guru. He's pretty great. His streams on Fridays are pretty fantabulous. But okay, so we're gonna go with the suitcase and see what happens. Timmy, off into the brave new world you go with a suitcase into a nuclear apocalypse. Enjoy. Timmy went outside to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Well, we'll keep going, guys, because we're going to try this. Ted's still hungry. He needs more time to recover his strength. Dolores is fine. Mary Jane is fine. So he's just really hungry. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? What about the children? Like, you have to say that with, like, the clutching pearls feel. Okay, so, yeah, we're gonna listen to it. I mean, ooh. Knock, 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 knock. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians. Don't worry, it's not Soviets. It's just the Canadians, eh? Which isn't that much better. Oh, come on. Be cool to the Canadians. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. That's just rude. Ted is still hungry, isn't hungry. He's thirsty though. Dolores is thirsty. Mary Jane is thirsty, but Ted's not hungry anymore. He's only sort of relaxed. Everyone's thirsty. Hopefully Timmy brings back a lot. We didn't think we would get a chance to increase our food supply while playing a card game, but that's what we were offered by a man who knocked on our door today. 2 cans of food. We win, we get his 2 cans. We lose, we give him our 2 cans. Are we going to do it? I say we do it. I'm a betting woman. Let's do it. Oh, damn it. The man must have cheated. We lost him before we could argue about it. The man left with our supplies. Oh, I am a walnut. I am a walnut. Luckily, nobody needs anything right now, so... We can't keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Well, we have the radio, so obviously we're going to use the radio. So radio is used. We can get a drink. Is it just me or does the radio look tinier? I don't know. Okay. We knew it. The government has not fallen and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will get in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. Mary Jane is hungry. Dolores is fine. Ted is fine. He's doing all right, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. All right, so Mary Jane is hungry. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in a fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Should we let them in? I feel like we're pretty poor right now, personally. Excuse me. Pro tip for anyone watching. Now, later, in between, whatever. You gotta kind of take stock when the merry men come. And you'll see why after I make this choice. Ring. So we had those weird people over and they were more than kind. They gave us a first aid kit and we spent a lovely afternoon together dancing and singing. Then they left. So we have a med kit now. That's good. Because we've got Timmy out in the wastelands. I was worried about that. Dolores has to drink. She would like to eat. Everybody's thirsty and hungry. Except Mary Jane, who just ate. So what did Mary Jane need? She's water. We're running out of supplies. I hope Timmy does well. Day 15. We thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. We're going to send Ted. I always send Ted. I worry very little for creepy Uncle Ted. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear the gasp of relief from a caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. No one's thirsty or hungry anymore, which is good. What's that trickling sound? And why is the wall so wet? Are we about to get flooded? We don't have life preservers or a boat. And a boat wouldn't even fit inside the shelter. We need to do something. Save the supplies. We gotta save the radio. I always save the radio. The cards will probably come in handy knowing my luck. Oh, I think Timmy's back though. Oh my god. Roman, I think you were right about that suitcase. Well, that was lucky. The shelter filled with water pretty rapidly, and we were certain we were going to drown. With our heads barely above the water, we weren't even able to catch the hatch and escape. Before we could start considering the worst, the water level started to drop. We're fine, save for the mess we need to deal with. Look, you can see the water stains. I really like this game. I don't know. I played the original one before it was reatomized, and I don't know if it had all these little details. I can't really remember, but you can kind of see, like, there's the days, the stick figures, and I think these kind of largely depend on, like, what happens, but there's, like, water damage now, so that's interesting. So we lost our cards. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. So we have a suitcase. We used to go to this little store for groceries. They always had their windows closed and a sign that stated, "We assure you we're open." We found some food left inside. Most food on shelves was outdated and rotten. A lot of eggs were smashed on the floor. Guess what? Soup cans don't expire until 2015. Good for us. I think this game was made before that. But anyway, and also I think it takes place in like the 50s. But so we got 4 cans of soup. Thank goodness. We found a shelf with a big sign that read everything for 99 cents. The only thing left were bottles of water. Huh, expensive. Oh, $99. Oh, God. A gas mask was hanging on the wall. There was a sign next to it that read, "Is it safe?" And okay, that's great. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could be the owner be? We kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look to the surface. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Timmy is hungry, and he's tired, and he isn't feeling well. Dolores is fine. Ted is fine. Mary Jane is fine. So Timmy is the only one. We're going to feed him, first aid him. He did a good job. Good job, Tim. We have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll catch a broadcast or two. So we saved the radio, so let's do it. We're in good shape. I'm tentatively optimistic about this run. And I say tentatively. But we will not let the merriment enter for the time being. Nothing and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy needs to rest. Timmy was cured. So he's just hungry. There has to be some water left. Ted needs water. Mary Jane needs water and is hungry. So feed the kids. And I'm pretty sure Timmy didn't need... No, he doesn't need water. Yeah, okay. So we're going to send Ted to the surface with the briefcase because, like I said, I think, again, my Twitch guru, Roman Empire, I think he was right about being able to bring back more because that was more supplies than I've ever brought back in any playthrough. So, and that's what we need. So off with you, Ted, with the suitcase. I'll try to remember that. I'll maybe look it up later, or maybe just find out. Okay, and I always like to, just like a tip for anyone watching again, humble bows. He's so humble. And I think Froggy Ruggy has started twitching too. Her YouTubes are just fantastic. But anyway, so moving on. We sent Ted to the surface. We hope we'll be back soon. Timmy should eat something. Timmy has rested. Dolores is hungry. And Mary Jane is fine. So Timmy and Mom need to eat. Yesterday, during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. That's a great word, by the way. It took me a minute to realize, because I've never actually had to read it, but anti-disestablishmentarianism is one of my favorite words. And I'm not sure, and anyone watching now, later, in between, again, correct me, but I looked it up once in middle school, 20 years ago, and I believe it means people who are against people who are against people who are against the government and are in an organization. And I think that's what anti-disestablishmentarianism means, but I think I probably need to use the age of Google and look it up now that I'm, an adult and have the internet. Anybody feel free to comment about if they actually know what that means and if I'm right. But, doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. Yeah, let's do it. Let's shelter school our kids. Knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Ooh, she looks tired. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Dolores is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is tired. Timmy is no longer hungry. He's thirsty, though. And you know what? This boy did such a good job. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped today. He claims he's a trader looking to barter for items he requires. So offers. So God, I wish this was the other way around because I could use that flashlight or the bug spray. But I'm not giving up my manual. We don't need the water right now. I'm gonna risk it. We're on day 20, but I'm not giving up my manual. It's taking a minute. Ooh. Talking. We refused to trade, and hopefully we made the right choice. But the trader was not too happy about this. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. We should get her something to drink. Dolores is thirsty. So there's nothing to report on Timmy, but these two are thirsty. We always thought life could be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better. In a way, not that much has changed. I did not like that sound. Memories or not, we need to keep our heads clear and get a grip on the reality ahead of us. Mary Jane is still tired. She's not thirsty. Dolores isn't thirsty. Timmy's doing just fine. Our patience is wearing thin. We thought it would be a good idea to take a quick look outside to see if there's any trouble in the area. As we were about to step outside, a pair of animal eyes flashed in the darkness, and their owner started growling in a most terrifying way. We had moments to decide what to do. Well, all we can do is the gun, and I'm not doing nothing. Just like throwing that out there. Oh, I think Ted's back. Ugh, why do they always get sick? A quick shot with a rifle was more than enough to scare away or maybe bring down whatever creature stalked us in the darkness. We never saw it again. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. He brought up the suitcase. Half of our local city hall has been completely obliterated. The other half, however, looked promising, so we went to investigate the ruins. One of the surviving rooms was a small maintenance closet. The only thing inside was a bucket full of water with a mop standing in it. We managed to fill some bottles with the contents of the bucket, and it does look a bit funny. We just hope it doesn't taste of soap, or something worse. We found the mayor sitting in his office on the top floor. He had a fully stocked first aid kit on his desk. Apparently, he was a bit of a health freak. All this medication seems to have done nothing for him, though. Now he looks rather burnt with a head of crispy and skeletal. Oh, that'll be a good line later on in some of my writing. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. She could use some food. Dolores could use some food. Ted could use some food. And he's been infected with something. And Timmy's thirsty. So thirsty, food. And what did... Yeah, Ted's food and the first aid kit he brought back. We're going to do another expedition. Oh, we lost the cars. I forgot that. The army is on the radio again. They said they'd be scouting the neighborhood and we needed to find clear signs of survivors that are still alive. We were asked to leave a few cards in the nearest bus stop to mark how many people are occupied or shelter. We should get going if we want to make it before nightfall. Well, we don't have the cards. But we needed the radio, so I don't like that sound. Okay, well, no one appears sick. Damn it, we missed our chance to let the military know we're there. This is interesting because sometimes you need the flashlight and apparently sometimes you need the cards. There's a good bet they will get back to us again, but when will that be? Ted is hungry. He hasn't recovered his injury. He's not sick anymore and he needs water. She's hungry. She needs water. Dolores is no longer hungry. Water. Oh, this is going to be fun. So, water. I think he needed food. Hold on. I got to keep careful here. Mary Jane needs water. Okay. Alright, Ted needs both. Mary Jane needs water. We're running out of soup though, so I really hope Timmy is as successful as he was. And actually, I'm going to take him with a gas mask because I'm sick of them getting sick. Let's just hope we don't need it. So he has a gas mask and a suitcase. Make me proud, son. Timmy went out into the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Equipment is the suitcase and gas mask. Ted is hungry still, but he's no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is still tired, but no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer thirsty. So Ted just needs food, which we don't have a lot of, Ted. The vehicle that was spotted on earlier expeditions turned out not to be a shameless bandit trap. For now, it was an ice cream truck armored with metal grills and an actual antique cannon fitted on top, and all covered with skulls and bones. Ha! Mad Max reference. Tina Turner. It was missing wheels, and we were certain we could make it functional again with the proper equipment. Yeah, look, we saved that a harmonica. What? But we have the scout manual, which has been... Oh, knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, no. The scout book had a whole chapter on alternative means of transportation. Using instructions from the book, we removed a caterpillar track from a destroyed bulldozer nearby and fitted it onto another vehicle. We're not sure if it works yet, but it sure looks intense. This operation took all day and was incredibly tiring for everyone involved, and a bit destructive too. The scout book fell and got buried somewhere under the vehicle. Damn it. Well, he hasn't recovered energy, but he's no longer hungry. Mary Jane's tired, and everybody's fucking tired. You know, let's see if I know maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to give them all extra water. This morning we were surprised to find a letter on our doorstep. It was not signed, and it contained a location and time for a meeting tonight, and a few sentences. It said things like, we're friendly, we're come unarmed, send one person, and we have no idea who could have sent that, but we're guessing this is our chance to find out. Are we sending someone? Yeah, we'll send Ted. I always send Ted on the dangerous stuff. It's our radio again. It's true. It's all true. There really are others just like us. We arrived at the rendezvous, unarmed and on time, and we were greeted by a friendly-looking group of survivors. They're being led by twins, a brother and a sister, who seem to be friendly enough. They asked us some questions and promised to stay in touch. Dolores is still tired and can't seem to sleep it off. Ted hasn't recovered his energy and he's fatigued. Mary Jane is still tired, and she needs some food. Our favorite radio station stopped broadcasting. When we tried other frequencies, we found nothing but static. Are all of the stations gone? Maybe we should tinker with our radio to increase its range. Oh, I think it might have a chance of breaking. Oh, no choices. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna roll the dice. Let's just hope. Oh, I hear sounds of something. Oh! It's still there, thank goodness. Well, we did what we could, but we still can't hear a thing. Damn it. Dolores is still tired and can't seem to sleep it off. She'd like to eat. She's pretty fatigued. Ted is tired. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. So Dolores is hungry. Right? A sleazy looking tray. Oh, this is the... We don't have the soup to spare, though, and that's the thing. Like, we'll literally be down to 3 portions of soup if I do this, and I can't risk it. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. Just for 1 can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. We should make a deal. So, spoiler alert for anyone not knowing, you would have gotten this cat and it leads to another thing. But the thing is, I didn't have the soup to spare for it as much as I wanted it. So... Our grandparents always told us never to buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. We're gone are the games of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. He's not junk. Dolores is still tired. She's not hungry, but she needs water. Ted needs water. He's still tired, and he's hungry. Okay. So, drink, water, drink. I think I did that right. Ted is hungry. Ted needs drink. Water for Dolores. Mary Jane needs drink. Okay. So, today we met a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. They claimed to be a field hospital moving from place to place, attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of a wasteland. The problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking us if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. We'll give them a bottle of water. I'll chance it because I have enough. We asked them for their doctor's licenses, but all of them claimed they left them in another pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them a good journey and better luck with trousers. Dolores is still tired, but it's no longer thirsty. Ted's no longer hungry or thirsty, but he's still tired. Nobody needs supplies, basically. After all the days spent down here, we're not exactly clean. We smell bad, real bad. We didn't bother until we noticed it. And now we're about to get sick. So why not take a shower? We don't have soap, but there are alternatives. And there really isn't, because I sent Timmy with a gas mask. So these 3 might get sick, but he might get not sick. So that's interesting. Oh my god, I was right. The world has ended. Who cares about showering? We'll get used to it. Adapting shouldn't be hard. It will be a camping trip. It will. Oh no, that smell is just terrible. Don't puke. Don't. Suspicious looking stains cover parts of the page. Dolores is still tired. Now she's ill. Mary Jane is ill and tired. Ted is rested but sick. I have nothing for any of them. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we heard children's voices from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out to be voices belonging to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and are now offering other items too. Smart girls. So we can trade basically the lock for pesticide, which we actually just needed, but I have a feeling the only thing the lock is used for is protecting ourselves, and we do have the gun and axe. So I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna trade it. I'm gonna go ahead and trade it because we could have used that pesticide earlier. Things are looking bad. The girls were very kind and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive after the apocalypse. We're impressed. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We came across a local church at the end of the road. Most of it was destroyed, but the priest quarters survived the blast. A group of people survived there and started a cult. They believe that everything has been happening has been a game. Tailored for someone's amusement. How crazy is that? Yeah, totally crazy. Cultists decided they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned empty wine bottles into full water bottles. We haven't done anything about Dolores' sickness. She's tired. She needs water. She needs to eat. Ted keeps coughing and needs water. Mary Jane's very sick. And tired. She needs water. She needs food. So I don't know if this is the best choice, but it's what I'm doing. And Ted seems like he can go outside. End of this plain, tasteless water, Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true, blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. But where are we going to find that in this wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diner is, or used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on a coffee run, but who? I'm going to actually send Dolores. Like, I like her, but if she wants the damn coffee, she can go get the damn coffee. Great, we got a whole pot of cold coffee. The taste is weird and we don't have any sugar or milk to give it flavor, but it'll do. It's a step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. The pot only held a few cups worth of coffee and we gulped it down in mere minutes. All of us are very alert and ready for anything. Or for the next 5 minutes or so anyway. Dolores is still sick. She's rested. She's no longer thirsty or hungry. Ted's still sick. Mary Jane's still sick. No one's thirsty or hungry, but Timmy's rested at least, so that's good. We have no supplies. I'm sending Timmy out again because he keeps doing so well. Timmy went out into the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. We can't just sit around while Dolores is sick. Something should be done about the sickness. I don't know what I can't do anything. When someone knocked on the door, we were suspicious and cautious, but after a few minutes of talking, it turned out to be a group of old ladies who were at a tea party not far from here when the bombs dropped. We thought it would only be good manners to talk to them face to face. When they opened the door, those old bats attacked us with their umbrellas, canes, and something that looked like a spiked table leg. We need to fight back. Axe. Ah, the axe, the fire axe, truly the weapon of a madman, for who else would try to fight fire with an axe? We lost a foe. After some axe action was enough to send those cowards running. Bet your ass they will be back. Vermin like that never gone long. They crawl out of the shadows when the night comes. Let's keep our axe sharp, except it's gone. Dolores has not improved and she needs water. Ted has not improved and he needs water. Mary Jane is still sick and she needs water. So we have plenty of water at least. We only have 2 portions of soup left. This is the same transmission as before. There's nothing I can do. We need to put these, cards on the table. We don't have cards, so. Damn it, we missed our chance to let the military know where we are. There is a good bet they will get back to us again, but when will that be? Dolores is no longer thirsty, but she's hungry. Ted's no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is hungry. We have no more soup, so the siblings are back. The group is growing bigger with each passing day as they picked up tired and hungry survivors and nursed them to health. However, so far they only have 1 tent, and soon they will run out of space for everybody. Right now, they're scouting in the town looking for a good spot to build a bigger camp. Damn it, I needed that map. I swear this game knows what you need and doesn't give it to you. Oh, God, that sound is bad. If we had a map, we would definitely share it with them. We apologized and sent them on the way. Dolores is still sick, but no longer hungry. Ted's still sick. He's hungry. Mary Jane is sick, but no longer hungry. I have no food for you, Ted. Play a game, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble. We played I Spy, and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. I still don't really get that, and if anyone could explain it to me, that would be great. Dolores is still quite ill. She wants water. Ted is sick, and like to eat and wants water. Mary Jane is sick and would like water. Well, I can give everybody water still. So, I mean, we're running out of supplies rapidly, but we played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out, but who will do the honors of stealing the possessions of our arch nemesis? Ted. It's always Ted. God, they are looking rough right now. Just very, very rough, in my opinion. Oh, but we got the cards! Oh my god. I could cry. I really, 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 really could. I really could. Okay. We marched to Ned's house. Get it from Simpsons. We marched to Ned's house and found the safe cracked open by the blast. Most of its contents was destroyed, but we were still salvaged something out of it. Ned was nowhere to be found. He likely perished in radioactive agony. All told, it was a good day. So we got our cards. Dolores has not improved health-wise and is no longer thirsty. There isn't enough food, and he hasn't recovered from his illness, but he's not. So everybody's fine, no longer thirsty, but everybody's still sick. Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from a local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know the kind of supplies are in the school shelter. As part of the community, we help stock it for an emergency. So technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim them in our hour of need? I'm going to do it. I'm going to steal from school children. It's happening. If I find it... Oh! I don't like that sound. We went, we got what we needed, and came back. We're sure the group will do just fine, most probably. Yeah, absolutely. So we got an axe. Dolores is not improved health-wise. Ted needs something to eat, and it needs to be something about his sickness. Mary Jane's condition isn't any better. She isn't looking very good and hasn't eaten in a while. I've got nothing for them. Every new smell attacks our noses, so this shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss. So when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible sense. Should we probably check the hole out and see what the source of the smell is? Yes, we should. Oh, please have come back with the health kit. No. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile, or whatever this crazed mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over the damn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table and back to the hole. God damn it. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. He brought back the suitcase. And our need for entertainment took us to the local cinema. A portion of the theater is still standing, including at least one cinema hall. We went in hoping to scavenge something, or at least find some film posters. The cinema had a strict policy of not bringing your own drinks to the movie hall. Seems like somebody broke the rules a little, and we found a lot of bottles in the last row of the hall. Some were even full, so we got some water at least. The only thing left in the ticket book door was a paddock on it. The security must have been questionable. Somebody forgot to take the key out. Breaking your leg amongst ruins is not difficult, and the cinema isn't helping. If it wasn't for our hawk eyes and cat-like reflexes, that flashlight abandoned in the middle of the movie theater pass could have proven lethal. So we got a flashlight. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. We haven't done anything about Dolores. She's starving. Ted is sick, thirsty, very hungry. Mary Jane is hungry. She's thirsty. And Timmy needs soup. But he didn't find any soup, so I'm just gonna water everyone up and hope for the best. There's a small muddy pond in the park nearby. Too bad we forgot our fishing rod. Perhaps we could try to fish something out of the nasty water using the old suitcase. Let's try it. It's been useful, but I hate that sound so much. Oh, Ted died. Ted is dead. This is looking bleak, guys. This has been a bleak run thus far. We have to admit, we were counting on some kind of fish to enrich our tomato diet, but this will have to do instead. Too bad the suitcase got ruined in the process. So we got a checkerboard at least. Dolores is starving. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane isn't looking very good. She's hungry. She's sick. She's thirsty. Timmy needs food and hasn't rested. And there's only so many days a man can survive without food. Ted was strong, but it was too much for him. He starved to death. I'm going to send Dolores with the gas mask. Because she's already sick, so maybe that'll keep her from dying. We're on day 43. Kids are sitting here with no food or water. Mary Jane isn't doing very well. Both the kids are hungry. I mean, yeah. It's not the best time or place to make plans for the future, but we can't help thinking about what we can make of the terrible situation. Is our house still standing, or will we move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? Oh god, hey, Toronto is nice. Our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Mary Jane is starving. Mary Jane is still sick. She's thirsty. Timmy's exhausted. He needs food. They're both... I can give them water at least. The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of the door knocking and claiming that he will offer a lot of decent ammunition. Shall we trade? Yeah, we'll trade the checkerboard. That's terrifying. I don't like that noise at all. We offered checkers instead of ammunition. The visitors were quite confused and tried to explain to us what ammunition is. We pretended to understand nothing. It was very amusing until he left with our checkerboards. Asshole. Mary Jane is starving. She's still sick. She's not thirsty anymore. Timmy is rested. He needs food. We don't have any food. Timmy noticed his old telescope in a pile of rubble on the other side of the street. He got really excited about stargazing again. After all, the night sky is one of the very few things that still look about the same after the blast. Should we let Timmy go outside and stare pointlessly at the sky? Yeah, why not? We're having issues. Maybe he'll find something. I don't know at this point. Where did... Oh boy. This is dark. This is a dark image, just in general. Can we all just take in the bloody handprints, the water damage, the soup cans, the crazy wording, the dead father and the son sitting here starving to death? That is bleak! Timmy returned in the morning, tired but very happy. He says he saw a spaceship flying by, one with an American flag on it. Surely that can't be true. He's probably making things up. Time to grow up, Timmy. Timmy needs food. We couldn't spare any food for Mary Jane, and eventually she reached a boiling point where her stare was enough to kill. She left without a word, but we knew she would probably become a highwaywoman and get all the food cans she could ever need. So we lost Mary Jane. Here, Timmy, have some water. We were admiring the radioactive landscape when we saw a young woman dressed in ragged camo clothing. She had a nasty-looking rifle, but she hailed us in a polite enough manner. She claims to be a hunter, tracking a big, mutated spider. She ran out of ammo and told us that if we were to help her out, she would pay us back in a while. Well, we don't have anything to help you out with, lady. I need food so bad. I don't even know what to do right now. The armed person who murders things for a living, giant mutated spiders in our neighborhood. We don't want to have anything to do with that stuff. Goodbye, lady. Timmy needs food and he fell sick. Give him some water. Open in the name of freedom, came the shout from the other side of the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who intrudes themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? I'm going to open the door. I'm rolling the dice. I'm a sick kid and I don't know what to do. I think Dolores... Oh, no. I think that's it for us. No, Dolores came back. She's sick. There's a med kit. Still no food, though. We regretted opening the door the minute we saw the other side. Dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then, out of the blue, one of them asked if we were with the Reds. We never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us not to fear, since Wolverines are around. We're not sure what Wolverines have to do with all of this, but we took their word for it. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Someone tried to break in while we were away, even though the invaders kept banging on the door. With all their force, they did not manage to get in. We need to take additional safety measures next time, since our padlock is too damaged to offer any further protection. It turned out that calling an ambulance was not an option anymore. We reached the hospital. It's in ruins, but parts of it turned out to still be standing, more or less. We decided to go through the rubble and make the best of it. There were plenty of bottles of liquid in one of the wards. Peroxide or not, water is water. No, you cannot drink peroxide. Like, PSA to everyone, you cannot drink peroxide. It wasn't hard to find a fully equipped first aid kit. It's a hospital, after all. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged. On our little trip to the service, we might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Dolores is putting on a brave face, but she's starving, she's ill, she's tired. Hunger drove Timmy insane. When he realized we won't be able to provide for him, he snuck out and never returned. Well, might as well do what I can. Oh, okay, so we can't even go out anymore. And the sleazy trader is back, so this might be it for us. Oh! Maybe, I don't know. Our grandparents told us never to buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. Dolores has been putting on a brave face, but she must be starving. Dolores is still tired and can't seem to sleep it off. She was cured from her illness. So I'm just going to continue to give her water. We woke up to a dripping sound and ate and noticed there's something leaking from the pipes. That green liquid looked innocent enough, even after it ate through the table, the chair, and the floor. Patching up the pipe is probably a good idea. We have nothing to do that with. We couldn't figure it out, so we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse and decided to ignore it. We've had a feeling a bit funny, though, lately. Probably no connection to the pipe. Dolores is tired. She has barely strength left. Drink some water. It has become more and more difficult to breathe in the shelter over the last couple hours. We suspect there's something wrong with the ventilation. Maybe it's stuck somehow, but how? We need to investigate, or we might suffocate. We'll use the flashlight. Maybe we'll find food. Or not. The obvious thing to do when a vent is blocked is to check what's blocking it. However, when you shine your flashlight on a hive of mutated insects, things go from bad to worse. The angry hive is gone, but the insects did some fighting before they left. Dolores has barely any strength left. She will not last till morning. Dolores is still tired and can't seem to sleep it off. Dolores got hurt. Well, have some water. You hear that? Noises coming from below. This is probably the right time to check out the manhole in the corner. The one that's locked tight ever since we got to the shelter. Fire axe that bitch. Damn it. What the hell? We barely made it out alive. It was a giant mutated crocodile or an alligator or something else with a giant mouth and plenty of teeth. Is anyone hurt? Dolores has barely any strength left. She doesn't eat tonight. She will not last until morning. Dolores is still hurt and it might take a while before she gets better. Dolores needs more time to rest. She's exhausted. Here, have some water. We've been hearing strange noises lately. It's coming from outside or is it coming from the shelter? Could it be we found nothing? We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before things get worse. I'm going to use the cards. Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? Dolores has barely any strength yet. She's still hurt. She needs more time to rest. I'm just going to keep giving her water because that's all I've got. The other day we heard a quiet knock on our door, but when we opened it, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep and there was no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check what's inside? Yeah, like what else are we going to do at this point? This is a dark run through. I'm probably gonna take a short, like 5-minute break after this, and then do one more like playthrough because this one was so quick, and then call it for the day. But like, I really want to beat this fucking game. Like, I'm so frustrated, and I know I'm about to lose. It's just taking forever. Damn it, the gift was a booby trap. There was nothing inside besides some junk, and as soon as we opened the suitcase, it exploded. Is anybody hurt? So with these games, it's all a gamble, like a dice roll, a chance, and that's like, it's just how it be, I guess. Dolores has barely any strength left. If she doesn't eat tonight, she's over. She's hurt. She can't get a good night's sleep, and now she's ill. Have some water. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember him from before the apocalypse. He came with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called the Astro Citizen. That's from the other game, Gone in 60 Parsecs. Booby trap. He will reveal the state of secrets to us. Fine, have some water. I have plenty of water. I'm a lone woman. I'm sick and I'm about to die. Nope. Yep. The end. Both dead. We're generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America is working a space station in orbit, or rather had, since according to that guy, exploded when the bombs fell. How convenient. A working space station. What a joker. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated, his brain started playing tricks on him. Dolores bravely faced hunger. However, eating is a habit that is hard to shake off. She couldn't take it anymore. Okay, so we did 57 days. We did quite a bit. That was the end of that run. We're gonna do one more run after this, just to make it a nice 2-hour video. But this is the state of this. These are the days we did 6 successful expeditions, which I'm proud of. I had no decisions, which is maybe like, there's a few things that I think I figured out. Like, for one, don't feed them the day they're hungry. Like that's something I'm going to consider. Like, don't give them food and water right away. Save it a little bit and then give it to them, because we need to save that more. And then the other thing is, the suitcase is actually much more valuable, because we did get more items in the expedition, like Roman mentioned. In expeditions where we had the suitcase, we got more items, so we won't sacrifice that. So I tend to save my adventures. So we're gonna save it there. And we're gonna end adventure. So I'm gonna take a 5-minute break to rest my voice a little bit, and then we will be back to 60 seconds, as long as it takes. So just 5 minutes, be right back. Less than probably, and we're gonna do one more run through before I call it good, because this was only an hour session, and I'd like to do a longer one, a longer video, and maybe frickin' beat this game. So, you all just sit tight. And we're back. Thank you all for being patient. Needed a moment. Okay, so new game. Apocalypse. Dolores Fat Man. Alright. Alright. Let's try to do this, right? Let's try to make this happen. Damn. Alright. So I think I have more of a plan this time with this extra time I have. There's the suitcase, there's water, there's canned food, there's the shelter door. So I'm gonna start here in this room. Got that. Run around, we're gonna grab this water. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna grab her right away. Just dump her in there. We're gonna raid the kitchen. Come on, get that soup. We're almost half our time. Is that a map? Oh, I got the map. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Let's see. Grab the fire axe. Soup. Grab Timmy. And the playing cards. Oh no, that's ammunition. More soup. Oh, I need to come back for that. Come back for that manual. I need that manual. And that grab that water. Oh my god. Ah! Ah! I don't even think I got nearly as much as I needed for that either, which is the worst part. Like, I don't even, my soup rationing, and oh yeah, no, there's gonna be some rationing happening. Oh, we didn't get a rifle. Oh my goodness, there's so much we didn't get. Okay. So let's start this. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow it always found a better way to use the stockpiles, instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party, another time we needed a rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. Oh, a harmonica, that's helpful. Good thing we grabbed that suitcase. What we found inside was definitely useful. So I guess like the suitcase tends to also have something in it when you pick it up, so that's helpful. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's barely enough water for everyone. We have to ration it strictly. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another, but we're sure it's a good amount of supplies. So we're doing pretty good. It's water that we have problems with. I thought soup was the issue, but we have an abundance of it. Water is the issue. So we'll have to ration that easily. What would we give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again? We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. Ah, I hate that Richter scale. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. Dolores is quite calm. Ted is okay. Mary Jane is okay. Timmy is okay. So we'll start an expedition right away. The dreadful silence is becoming boring. In every happy model family, we don't have that many things to talk about. Is there anything that we can do about that? Anything at all? Well, no, because we didn't grab the radio. There's nothing here. Maybe if we try really hard, we can hear the neighbor's shelter. So Dolores is tired and needs water. Ted is tired and needs water. Everybody's tired and needs water. Damn it. It means I can't launch an expedition. No, we're rationing, so they're gonna have to wait a day on that. It's just how it is. Oh, it looks like a couple recovered. So Dolores needs more time to rest. She needs water. Ted is still tired. He needs water. Mary Jane needs water. Tim needs water. So now that they're like saying now, I'll give them water. And I'm gonna mount an expedition, but there's no one that can go. We're pretty sure Mary Jane had her birthday 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it's today. Shall we get her something a young lady trapped in a tiny shelter would enjoy? Well, all we have is bug spray. Kids these days are all about those spray deodorants. The anti-bug spray probably works the same way. Mary Jane was so excited. Dolores claims she can't get a good night's sleep, and so she's tired. She's not thirsty anymore. Ted's tired. Timmy's tired. They're both thirsty. Mary Jane is rested and no longer thirsty. So everybody's fine. Mary Jane can go out into the surface. I have nothing to send her out with except the suitcase. So we'll take the suitcase. And just pray she doesn't get sick. Hope, divine right. I don't like sending the kids out unless it's Timmy, just because he's like a scout. Mary Jane seems like she might not do that well. I don't know why. She's always complaining, so that's part of it. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Took a suitcase with her. Dolores needs more time to rest. Ted is tired. Timmy still needs to rest. So they all need to rest. I'm going to go ahead and feed them now because I have an overabundance of it, and that might help with the resting process. As we're about to start our book club discussion on the only book we've all read, the phone book, we were interrupted by a rapid knocking door. We found out it was a group of refugees who survived the blast just like we did. They were probably doing much worse than us, and begged us to provide them with any water, food, or medical supplies we could spare. Well, we have a lot of food, so we'll give them some food. Excuse me. Got a bit of a cough today. They gave us the radio again. Goodness. Our visitors were in tears when we gave them what they asked for. We survived the nuclear apocalypse only to be nearly strangled by thankful refugees. Hugs can kill, They can, and I use my love as a weapon. Dun dun dun! No, anyway. Luckily for us, they decided to continue their journey to get somewhere safe before the sun set. As they were about to leave, one of them presented us with a portable radio. They would not take no for an answer and soon left, waving goodbye until they disappeared among the rubble. So we got a radio. Dolores complains she's still tired. She wants to drink. Timmy is tired. He wants to drink. Ted is rested and he needs water. So they're going to wait another day for water. It's so easy to escalate silly arguments, and close quarters doesn't help. We were chatting and then suddenly we're fighting and fighting. Let's hope we get over this soon. Day 8. Enough arguing. There are more important things to worry about. Dolores is still tired. She needs water. Timmy needs water and hasn't rested. Ted needs water. So we're going to give them water and hope Mary Jane comes back with some. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. So we have a radio. We got that last turn. So day 29, or day 9. Let's hope we make it to day 29. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel the surface now. Dolores is still tired, but no longer thirsty. Timmy's still tired, no longer thirsty. Ted is no longer thirsty. So everybody's good on thirst. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but it probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens, and we've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign of them, so... Oh, it looks like Mary Jane's back. Let's hope she brought water. We knew it. The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates to their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will keep in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. We decided to finally check what we can find between the rubble of our own backyard, our poor lawns and flowers, once the objects of desire of the whole neighborhood, now reduced to nothing more than radioactive ashes covered by debris. There really isn't much left here. The only tree that's left is completely burnt out. In a hollow area out inside the dead husk, some mutated three-tailed squirrels made their home. They're pretty good at collecting stuff. Hope they don't mind us borrowing a few things. So we took some cans. Now we're like overabundance of cans. I feel like this game intentionally gives you what they know you don't need. Like, it's like taunting me. We use the barbecue here almost every weekend. The barbecue itself somehow finds its way into a power line in front of our house, and it's unreachable. Our garden table is mostly destroyed. Under bits and pieces of charred wood, we found a few things that could prove useful. A checkerboard. Damn it, we lost the suitcase. Dolores is still tired, can't seem to sleep it off. Timmy needs to rest. Mary Jane is hungry and tired. Tempa is fine. So we'll spare some water for her. Yeah. We're going to mount another expedition. Are the walls closing in on us? The space getting smaller with every passing minute? We need to get out of here now. Open the door. Open the damn door. No. We're not doing it. We always get sick when we do that. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. Sorry, guys. This is just the way of it. Keeping the door closed is the right thing to do, but the tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. Dolores needs to rest. She will not last long without water. Mary Jane is hungry, very tired. Timmy hasn't rested. He needs water and he's hungry. Where's water? So I'm going to give everybody food because I have a lot of that. We're going to wait on the water. Send Ted outside. I'm not going to send him with anything. I'm just going to hope for the best because, yeah. Ted left for the service. We hope he'll be back soon. Dolores complains she still can't sleep. She needs water. Mary Jane needs water. Timmy hasn't rested. He's no longer hungry and he needs water. So we can give water. We have 8 portions left, so we'll give 2 to those 2. We played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up from another for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to find out. But who will do the honors of stealing their possessions? I'm going to make my kid steal. That's right. Go steal, kid. Also, like, maybe they won't hurt a kid. Just thoughts. Ooh, looks like we got some stuff. We marched to Ned's house and found the safe cracked open by the blast. Most of its contents were destroyed, but we still salvaged something out of it. Ned was nowhere to be found. He likely perished in radioactive agony. All told, it was a good day. So we got a med kit. Mary Jane is tired. She'd like something to drink. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer thirsty. So we're going to wait to give the drink. When we opened the bunker door this morning to let some fresh radioactive air, we to let in some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on a doorstep. There was a note on it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. Should we take a look inside? No, we're not doing it this time. We're not doing it. Some things you do, some you don't, and we're not doing it this time. We learn from past mistakes here. It's pretty simple. We don't know where it comes from. We cannot trust it. There's no way we're taking this gift. We left it outside. Maybe some cockroach will still want it. The kind of cockroach that enjoys ties, an occasional cigar, and of course leather suitcases. I want to meet him. Mary Jane is tired. She keeps fainting. She could use food. Dolores is fine. Timmy is fine. So feed her. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything at our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems to be ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. So we're going to send Timmy to answer it. I can just keep sending Timmy like my little scout. When we answered the phone, we could barely hear the gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We'd started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. She has rested. She's no longer hungry. Dolores is thirsty. Timmy is hungry. So Mary Jane was injured in her last expedition. She didn't mention it to us, and we didn't notice. It wasn't a problem until just now. It seems her injury got infected, and she's in bad shape. We must help her. I'm not sure how the axe helps, but I feel like the med kit is the best bet for that one. Not sure what kind of parent would use an axe to cure their child. A length of bandage, some pills, and a little of this and that. We were able to patch Mary Jane up in no time. We used some of our med kit in the process, but the important thing is she's going to be better. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer thirsty or hungry. Everybody's doing fine. What's that trickling sound, and why is the wall wet? Are we about to get flooded? We don't have life preservers or a boat. A boat wouldn't even fit inside this shelter. We need to do something. Well, I'm saving the radio. I always save the radio. That's our motive, like being able to talk. Damn it. The radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it was done enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days. How did that happen twice? That didn't happen any time in my last playthrough. Or, well, not last playthrough in this stream, but the ones before it. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a very good mood today. We hope it stays this way. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't? Tim is fine, so everybody's doing pretty good. Open in the name of freedom came outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Yeah, we're gonna open. I'm gonna roll the dice on this one. Oh boy. Opening the door revealed a group of armed teenagers, possibly high school students. Contrary to what we expected, they were very friendly and requested to know if we've seen any Reds nearby. We couldn't help them. When they found out we were not armed, they were kind enough to leave us a spare rifle. We asked who they were. They said they were the Wolverines. Ted has been outside for far too long, and he is still not returned. We fear he isn't coming back. So Ted's gone. Water is all Dolores wants. Mary Jane is thirsty. They all need water, but we need to mount an expedition and hope for the best. Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This is very odd. Maybe someone should find out what's going on with her. Yes, of course. You know, what's going on with the kid? Nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but taking alone time seems to do the trick. So they all need water. But that would be the last of our water. So I'm gonna gamble it one more day. No, I'm not, because if Timmy's going to the surface. Yeah, okay. So Timmy, you're going to the surface. And you're not taking anything with you. You gotta come back with stuff though, bro. We need water. You need to get us water. Water is your only prerogative. It's so funny because last time we had an overabundance of water and this time we have an overabundance of soup. I can't get it right. Timmy went out into the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores and Mary Jane are no longer thirsty. We'll keep them fed. A group of doctors knocked on the door. Nothing ever happened with that. I'm not reading that one again. It's just a group of doctors who scam you. And they're scam doctors in the apocalypse. There's nothing worse. There's possibly things that are worse. We don't think they were real doctors, but just in case they were, we got rid of them quickly before they could start charging us for a home visit. Dolores is calm. Mary Jane is calm. Another broadcast from the military. They said they needed to locate the general area we're in. Oh, I thought we had the playing cards. They want us to leave specific markings close by. They said the marking should be cards, playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to get out of the nearest bus stop and pin the cards denoting the head count there. Weird, perhaps, but if we're doing it, the time is now. No cards. We have no cards. I thought we had the cards. I could have sworn we picked them up, but maybe I'm wrong. Obviously I am. Damn it, we missed our chance. To let the military know where we are. There's a good bet they will get back to us again. But when will that be? They both want water. I don't have no water. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. If for some reason we would like to tidy up this mess, those giant green rad cockroaches are your pretty good motivator. So obviously, yeah, we're gonna use the rich spray. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs, and a glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with him again. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Mary Jane is fainting and needs water. Well, we don't have any water. I'm gonna give them both food and hope that maybe helps. We were wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He shouldn't have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life, so maybe we should too, but it's not easy. Say, don't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? We do, so we'll use that. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god, Timmy, our savior. Bingo! Our scout handbook holds more than a ton of knowledge useful for times of the apocalypse. There are some photos stuck in between the pages, along with some crosswords. We are saved. Only a few of them are solved. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Before our expedition could get anywhere, we ran into a group of freaky people dressed like wizards. They were eager to trade some of their supplies for a few items. It sounded like a fair deal, so we invited them in. They were really ecstatic about purchasing a pair of old socks, which had been lying in the corner for some time now, living their own life. The wizards got their exchange for a few bottles of water. One of them placed the socks on her ears and started to dance. Oh, we got 3 bottles of water. That is exactly what we needed. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street. We couldn't get a good look at it, but in the dark, maybe future expeditions will provide more fruitful. Oh, everybody needs water. We can mount an expedition now. A young lady all dressed in white has visited us today, requesting our aid. Wasting no time, she laid out a plan of what she said was a bandit camp where she claims her twin brother was being held. Seems like the young man was witness witless enough to challenge the biggest bandit leader to a sword fight, and now his sister is very worried. She says, we definitely won't regret it if we decide to step up and help her. Off you go, Timmy. Don't die, Timmy. The woman quickly called a group of friends, and we set out for what turned out to be a successful mission. Finding the lost twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to a fence, trying to escape. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries, and he'll be just fine. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said that they would definitely contact us again. Timmy is hungry, needs to rest. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is fatigued. So, what was that? He needs... What does he need? Timmy's hungry. So, I guess the person in the best condition right now is Dolores. And we're not gonna send her with anything. You want to send the one with the best condition out because they have the most likely chance of coming back. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Timmy should eat something. He needs to rest. Mary Jane is fine. So they're always very hungry when they get back. There's nothing more surprising than a knock on the fallout shelter door, but who could it be? Should we investigate and risk our lives? It sounds like a good idea. Shall we open the door? I'm going to open it. Turned out it was a nice, mysterious fellow with a weird suit. He gave us some soup cans. This will help us survive the next couple days. Opening the hatch was a bit risky. It seems to have given us an awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. Timmy needs to rest. He's no longer hungry. He needs water, and he fell sick. Mary Jane is thirsty and has to drink something. So Timmy got sick, but they need water, but I'm not going to give him right now. And I'm not trading I need water, but I'm not trading it for that book. So by the way, if you click on things, it tells you what they are. This is our canned soup supply. Beware of bandits roaming the wastelands looking for an easy and defenseless prey. Axe. Portable radio. This tells you their conditions. You click on them: tired, fatigued, sick, dehydrated, fatigued. So when they get to dehydrated is probably when we need to give them something to drink. We refused to trade. Hopefully we made the right choice, but the trader was not too happy about this. Timmy is looking very pale. That's not good. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. So we can give them, we can spare some, and I'm going to feed them both too. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get a bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us an angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Yes, we will make a deal for a can of soup because we have a lot of it. Oh, what's that? Meow. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to shake violently, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. Even the beast finally escaped it. It turned out to be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a mocking look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. The collar says Shurikov. Is that its name? Timmy's looking very pale. That's not good. He's rested, but he's no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. So I'm going to feed Timmy. The traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well even after the end of the world. So we can trade the checkerboard in for some water, or the rifle in. I'm going to trade the checkerboard in for some water. Because we do need water right now. I like how Shurikov moves. Like he was here and now he's here. We made a deal with the salesman and helped him pack. He strolled away into the wasteland like he knew exactly where he was going next. Timmy needs an extra blanket. He's shivering all the time. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. So we're going to keep feeding Timmy. We heard a knock on the door this morning. We held our breath in fear and soon heard children's voices from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and they now offer other items too. Well, I'm not trading my rifle or my scout book for anything, so it's not happening. Radio signals. Although the girls are very brave to walk around the wasteland like that, sadly they didn't have anything of interest to us, so we declined their offer. They wished us a nice day and left. If we don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it can get worse. He needs water. Mary Jane needs water. So I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll give them some water. Yeah, this is the army radio signal again. We still don't have any playing cards, so we just hope Mom comes. Oh, if that's her with them and she was a day late, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, good. Good. Damn it, we miss our chance to let the military know where we are. There's a good bet they will get back to us again, but when will that be? We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We set off on an expedition to the nearby zoo where we used to visit on weekends. We're happy to report that it was a productive supply run as well as educational trip. We saw pterodactyl whales, chimpandeers, a porcupine, and a small army of cat roaches and other majestic creatures that have emerged among the post-nuclear fauna. Between the East Asian and Australian sections, we found some cute pandaroos and some had items stashed away in their pouches and didn't seem to mind us borrowing a few things, so we got a flashlight. The marine life section had collapsed, turning into a radioactive pond in the middle of the zoo filled with creatures like piranhas and sea ponies. Pirantis and sea ponies. In a half-destroyed aquarium control room, we found an undamaged cupboard with some supplies. We made our way to the African section and admired an atomic okapi. We're not sure if it's mutated or not. It already looks weird as hell before we scared off a group of them and found something stashed at the back of their enclosure. A map! The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but may want to take a closer look in the future. We could potentially be our ticket out of here. Timmy is sickly. He's no longer thirsty. Dolores is thirsty, hungry, and fatigued. Oh no, she's just hungry and fatigued. And, alright, so we'll feed her. What did Timmy needs everything. No, he doesn't. I lied. So we're going to mount another expedition. Sometimes a sudden urge to play an instrument takes over us. To create beautiful sounds, this should be shared with the world around us. To sing and play and have cute mutated animals come to the feet to listen. Like a post-apocalyptic Snow White. Shall we? Yes, we'll be apocalyptic Snow White. Oh no. I don't like that sound. That's a bad sound. Oh no, good. It was just Timmy. We're good. Oh, look. We have a friend. We have some friends. Be careful what you wish for. After a few minutes of playing, a small group of mutated cockroaches jumped out of the cracks in our walls and started moving to the rhythm of the song. They ran around in circles and shook their little antennae. It was adorable, if they weren't so disgusting. What are we supposed to do with them now? Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores complains she's tired. She has to drink. Timmy is sickly. Mary Jane is fine. So we're going to keep Mom set. Mary Jane is fine, so we're going to send her out. She looks tired, but, I mean, what teenage girl wouldn't be in this situation? Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Dolores has not eaten for a while. She's still tired. Timmy needs water. The siblings have visited us today. They told us they're searching for a town for a safe place that would do well for as possible camp. So far, their group has been living in a tent, but they're picking up more wastelanders every day, and they simply don't have enough space. They mentioned that a map of the neighborhood would be very helpful. And we have a map from the last expedition, so let's... Oh, I don't like that ripping sound, though. Oh, good. We're happy to see them again. We quickly handed them our map and pointed out several locations that might be worth checking out. They left before it got dark to still get a few hours of scouting in daylight. But they said they would definitely be back again to share some news and a friendly chat. We hope they find a good place. Maybe we could visit them when the camp is ready. While playing in the shelter, Shurikov stumbled upon a small wooden box. It was hidden behind some loose bricks. It contained some useless memorabilia and a can of old bug spray. Dolores complains she's no longer hungry, but she's tired. Timmy is looking very pale. That's not good. What are we going to do? The funky roaches haven't really left us. To be fair, they aren't causing that much trouble. They even seem relatively friendly and curious. Just this morning, when we opened our eyes, we saw them standing in a perfect line in front of us. If they're waiting for us to do something, harmonica it is. So day 36, we're looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the state of things right now. This is happy. If you can't beat them, join them. We figure the roaches are craving more of our music. So we fulfilled their unspoken request. They started joyfully prancing it around again, creating fun shapes on the floor. Then all of a sudden, they all left in one line. We thought the show was over, but they soon came back in a group, carrying supplies to their strong, mutated backs. Insane! Looks like we made some new friends. Disgusting, mutated, radioactive friends. I have the same problem. No, I'm kidding. Half kidding. So we got some more food and water. Dolores needs some time to rest. She's exhausted. Timmy is quite sickly. Well, since we can afford it, we're going to go ahead and... sorry, I was looking at something. Okay, sorry about that. I had to check something. All right, so we're in pretty good shape. We're feeding everybody. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and give everybody something to drink, too, since there's only 2 of us. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owner still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit, or at least whatever's left of them. Yeah, let's pay them a visit. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by 2 men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they'd be looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Shurikov belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it in the last few days. Dolores is still tired and can't sleep it off. Timmy is looking pale. That's not good. So... feed and I hope I don't regret this, but yeah. We got scared a little bit today when all of a sudden our map just fell off the wall. Maybe our shelter is haunted. When the map fell down, it revealed some sort of safe behind it. We don't remember installing it, but we could probably crack it. Well, we technically have all the time in the world to do it. Should we try? Yeah, let's try it. We can use some more supplies. You'd always use more supplies. Oh, speaking of... We're not certain how the mat fell down. If it was some ghost playing tricks on us, it's a friendly one. Inside the safe, we found some useful items. So we'll do this ghost the courtesy of not calling an exorcist. So we got some soup out of that. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. We went on a trip to a more specific place this time, a local museum on Tranquility Lane. Several rooms and a corridor wall decorated with some charred paintings that survived the blast. The whole place doesn't even look that bad. It's almost like a modern art exhibit. In front of the museum canteen, we found a box with some water bottles in it. It was probably left there by some delivery company. That delivery company is probably out of business now. Our guess is that it was blown out of the market. Blown out of the market. Sunglasses. Yeah. We were hoping for some sweets or snacks, but all the museum canteen had to offer was tomato soup. Those poor tourists. So we got some food and water. Between the rubble, we found a half-destroyed statue of a lady. She didn't have a lot of clothes on, save for a gas mask somebody put on her. That's a Borderlands reference, if anybody's wondering. Probably as a joke. We were hesitant to approach as the lady was dressed immodestly, but we saw that she was holding an urn. As long as there's an urn, it's art, and it's okay to look at it. Everyone knows that. All right, so just remember that, folks. So we got a gas mask. The gift shop was in a sorry state. While it's still standing, the whole place was flooded with souvenirs and junk, or both. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. The only useful thing we found was a padlock. That was securing the safe behind the counter. The safe was empty, of course, so we got a padlock. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again. Timmy is sickly, Dolores is rested, Mary Jane is hungry and tired. So I'm just gonna get everybody pulled up. I'm gonna start an expedition for Dolores. It wasn't a hallucination. There really was an ice cream truck down the street. The vehicle was armored with metal grills, decorated with bloody skulls and bones, and filled with a real cannon. It even had a caterpillar track. All this magnificent beast would need is a driver and some fuel. Okay, let's use 5 soup cans. Oh! I think we beat the game! I think we beat it, guys! Oh my god! Our dreams have finally come true. No more waiting for rescue. No more rotting in this tiny bunker. We're out of here. So long, suckers. Whoever finds this shelter can keep it. We are embarking on a post-apocalyptic journey of our lives. We don't know where we'll end up. Anywhere would be fine as long as it's far from this hellhole. They need food and they're tired. Timmy's sick. I mean, everything's fine for Dolores, but we made it 29 days and we beat it. We finally beat it. In 2 hours. So, all right. And like the name of our ending was Fine Arts. Let's watch the ending sequence. Oh, this is so exciting for me. Yes, I did, Queen. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, that soup rationing technique I used worked. That is so cool. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad everybody was here with me for that. I'm thank you. Thank you for joining me for my first win of 60 parsecs. Or 60 seconds. I've beat 60 parsecs a few times. But yeah, that was my first beat. So thank you guys for joining me. That was absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed every second of that. It was kind of, we kind of learned from our first mistakes and then we finally beat it. I finally beat 60 seconds. So thank you all for joining me today, whether you're watching now, later, whenever. This is thank you for flying with the Raven, and I hope to see you all soon. And as always, I will see you next Tuesday. Have a great life and be good to each other and yourselves.